Hello everyone, your boy Diablo, Derek Diablo, IMF, into Miami Firm, Miami Casuals, Red Army, South Florida, Manchester United supporters, world's greatest supporters, as you know, like, subscribe, and what I'm here to talk to you about today is classic firms, classic football firms, classic football hooligan firms. I'll do some more of these videos. But the one that comes to mind, you already know I'm with United. That's what I support. Red Army, right? Biggest, baddest, and the best, according to me. According to what I believe, what I know. And I said it before, Millwall, pound for pound hardest, something like that. And then people know, obviously, I got a lot of respect for Millwall, and they've earned it. They got the name. And, you know what I mean? I made friends with some of those dudes and everything like that. So, be that as it is, I'd like to talk about their firms that I'm aware of, that are publicly known, of history. Most recently, the biggest one always in my day was Bushwhackers. So I presume that that's still the firm that's operating now when you hear about Millwall fighting. Although those brothers, you know, those lads, they don't identify themselves to me as Bushwhackers as such, but I know who's football lads and who's firm guys, I can say that, let's say. But, you know, they're not identifying what particular firm they're in, and I don't ask them. So, although I've asked, they don't give me straight responses, so I leave it at that. So let's say Bushwhackers was the one I was always familiar with, and that's what I always heard about growing up. But as I studied into it and time went on, I've learned about their history, and I heard about it in bits and pieces. I didn't really understand it completely. I saw pieces in the movies and stuff, but I came across a long time ago, or some time ago, there's a 1977 Millwall documentary. And at that time, the way it was presented and who they showed, so this is prior to the era of the Bushwhackers. You know, it's like they say, like a football factory, always new firms coming up. You know, so back like in the '70s and so forth, you had your F Troop. That's one of the most feared hooligan firms. They're the ones who really gave Millwall a lot of that reputation. And in that 1977 documentary, where it's not exactly presented this way elsewhere, at least that I've seen, or so readily. And like I said, I wasn't able to piece this together on my own. I'd heard the different groups, but you have a Treatment and Halfway Line. I really didn't know too much about Halfway Line, but I knew about Treatment. And then if you watch Rise of the Foot Soldier, those guys are West Ham, ICF, and then there's sometime when they're in the tube, they're in the train, the subway, and Treatment is waiting for them. That's them dudes, if you don't realize who it is, they say Millwall, but Treatment is, they wear the medical stuff, the medical mask. And you see these dudes are all tooled up, they got all kind of weapons, and they attack us, and one dude hits them in the head with an axe. So you have your Treatment firm, your Halfway Line, and your F Troop. So I'd like you, if you're curious about this stuff, don't take it, don't take it from me. I just know about this stuff. You can take it from the people themselves. It's really fascinating, and you know, for years I didn't understand this thing until I saw that one 1977 piece they did on Millwall, and it presented it in the following fashion, where you have your F Troop. That's the most insane, craziest. You got a lad there, Harry the dog. He's pretty cool. Those guys, yeah, they're just strictly about the violence, and they're going to fight, and they're interested in fighting. And as far as supporting the team, yeah, the dude says it so perfect to Harry the dog. They're all driving the coach in the bus, and he says, good game of football. Good piss up and a good punch up and a good piss up. And things in that order. Good game of football, good punch up and a good piss up. Get drunk after, you know, He said, that's all Millwall, you know. So it's like, he put it pretty clearly what they're about. Whereas your Treatment, there's one, they're mentioning an occurrence where that Millwall is really traveling far away, but Treatment doesn't care. They don't care what the weather is. At that time, you know, it's like they'll follow their club no matter what. And they said, Treatment don't go looking for fights, but they're there if they occur. So it's like, they're more defensive in that sense, but obviously they're a big firm, and the way they presented the Rise of the Foot Soldier, they look pretty damn aggressive, you know, attacking these dudes with machetes and axes and everything on the train. So beyond that, you have your Halfway Line. Those are like what we call the jits, the kids, and they stand the halfway line. That's kind of like where you earn your place to either go Treatment or go F Troop. So you know, I've known about this stuff for a while, but like I said, it wasn't until I saw that 1977 piece on Millwall that I understood the relationship between those three firms and that they were around all at the same time. I kind of thought it was that they were around at different times. I didn't really get it. So I would recommend to watch that. It's pretty cool if you're into all this stuff. and I'd like to give them their place in history. So Millwall's Firms, the most recent bushwhackers and of the past, let's say the original heydays, the late 70s and so forth, F Troop Treatment, halfway line. Goodbye for now. Diablo. Like, subscribe.